morning, everyone. Serge here with Syndicate Offroad, and I am, as you can tell, super excited because it is our very first podcast. And here we have Danny and Christian.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, everybody? Good morning.
Did I sound excited when I opened up?
Yes.
Very, buddy.
Very excited?
Very
That's
excited.
my exciting voice, just so you guys know, in case you guys missed it before.
Yeah, or you can check them out on camera.
Do I look excited?
You have
Very,
too much energy for not really.
I know it's early in the morning, but come on, guys, wake up. People want to hear, they want us to be excited about this. I mean, think about it. A year ago, we didn't even have the Syndicate name. And here we are now with the podcast. Who would have thought?
Yeah, right. Life definitely takes you in many directions.
These are good directions, though. That's what I'm happy about.
I think something important to talk about is like why we got started and why we wanted to go down this route in the first place.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely. People will get to know us a little more than they probably want to sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
That's the great part about what we're doing now is that they've known the what everyone calls the Instagram side of us, where it's like, let's paint this perfect picture, But now they're going to get to see the behind the scenes and the everyday struggles and the everyday frustrations and the happy points, low and highs. And so that's what's cool about this, is that we get to be ourselves and let everyone know what we are all about.
Perks of being
Absolutely.
a small business owner. It's just a roller coaster all
That's
the time.
for sure.
You could say that 100 more times, man.
Yeah.
No matter what, everything changes.
Everything changes drastically on a daily basis. But, for the most part, it's all been great changes. We've been able to meet so many amazing people this last year and a half. We've seen so many cool things. I know we're all super excited about King of the Hammers coming up, right?
Yeah.
We can't wait. I know every day we're like, I can't wait for King of the Hammers. Christian says it all the time.
Last year was a blast.
Wasn't it, though?
Yeah.
Well,
Especially this
it
year
was
with
for
Camp
me,
Syndicate.
but not so much my Jeep.
That's right. Are you gonna? Well, you just got a new vehicle. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
Don't go on for an hour. We know you love it. We know you were like waiting forever to, get it. But just briefly tell us about it, please.
Well, once my Jeep got stolen and totaled,
Yes, we've heard that.
that'll be a story for another time,
Please.
at least on the podcast. But
Please.
anyways, once all the insurance came through and, I got my check, I told myself what would be a really good off-road vehicle.
A Ford.
Not only not a Ford. Definitely not.
A Ford.
Absolutely not. But what would be good for the brand as well, because since we wanted to, people that don't know us yet, we wanted to break the barrier between Jeeps and trucks and Toyotas and this and that, I figured a TRD Pro 4Runner would be just the answer to
Yeah,
that.
nice little truck you got there. Nice little truck.
That's an SUV to you, buddy.
I'm sorry. I'm
He
sorry.
wanted to
But
come to the dark side.
Hey,
Of
Look,
course.
you got a rolling
Yeah, to get
toaster for a
black.
Jeep, okay?
The other thing you had to keep in mind when you picked up a vehicle was not just the off-roading capacity, you're saying. Okay, but
Well-
also the room it has, because what do you have, like 6-7 kids?
21 kids.
21
actually.
kids. I mean, you should have gotten a bus and put suspension on that. 'Cause I
That
don't know
would've
how you're
been-
gonna get
That
around
would have been
town.
pretty cool, though.
That would have been great
You know?
PR. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Great
anyways,
content.
but yeah, you're happy about your purchase?
Yeah, it's good. I was looking actually for a while for the one I wanted. I either wanted a white on black or a black on black, and I'm glad that I found the TRD Pro because it has all the off-road capabilities that I want. I really like the crawl ratios about it. I've never had a vehicle that has that, so it's pretty cool.
So it'll crawl better than a Jeep?
When I'm done with it, it'll crawl way better than yours, buddy.
You're gonna have a lot of haters. You had a
Oh,
lot of admirers
absolutely.
before with Pretty Penny. People dug that one, obviously, because it was new, and then we did the cool rap. That you were so stressed about. Remember that?
Oh my
entire time.
gosh.
If you even looked,
Those 5 days were like
It was like, get
so
out of
much
Dodge.
stress.
you had just bought the Jeep.
Yeah.
like maybe a month before we did the wrap on it.
Something like that, yeah.
And so if we even looked at it, he would yell at us.
Even
Don't
Ralph-
look at it sideways.
Ralphie
It's
was
going to
tired
get a
of it,
scratch from your
yeah.
looks. It's like, dude, back off.
I didn't need your
kidding
breath
me?
contaminating my Jeep. first off.
Seriously. And then, like, it turned out good. It was an eye catcher. The color definitely caught a lot of attention. People were definitely digging it.
And the name flowed with it.
The name, cool name, by the way, that you picked. And then, of course, we did King of the Hammers shortly after that, which you did what?
Chocolate Thunder, baby.
Now,
So wait, hang on. If you don't know what that is, it's like a really iconic trail
Danny's nasty.
in Johnson Valley that a ton of people. So the problem with that was my first time doing that trail, and it just so happened to be at night with thousands of people on the mountain screaming and shouting. And I'll never forget this because it was a brand new Jeep, had had a decent kit on it, had some tires, whatever, and I don't know how many times I heard, "There's no Starbucks at the end of the trail," or, "Oh my God," like, "Oh, you didn't even break your warranty yet. What are you doing?"
get out of here.
Over
And
and
then-
over and over.
And then you had all these hardcore crawlers passing you up, right? Like, get
Even
out of the way.
the buggies, the UTVs, those
Oh,
things
yeah.
crawl it like
Yep,
it's
yep,
nothing.
yep.
But then when you got to the top and you accomplished, everyone was like cheering and screaming, right? Like it was just cool.
when I got to the top, I got out of my car or out of the Jeep and I said, "Bleep the warranty!" And I started shouting at everybody when everybody's looking at
in
me.
your face.
Yeah, yep. It
That's
was
great.
it was
That's
good
awesome.
time. It was terrifying because I did lose a taillight on that trail or on that. you
Yeah,
know.
but considering
And you almost
it's
ran out of
not it's
gas.
not a trail. It's
Oh
really,
yeah, and literally almost ran out of gas on the way back to camp.
And
It
then
was it was all bad.
that's the one thing I wish I wouldn't have missed. We stayed back at camp because it had been such a long day and we were tired and it was just, I just didn't feel like going, but I had no clue you were going to do Chocolate Thunder. And I was like, when you came back and I was like, how did I miss that? Like that would have been the best thing to watch ever.
Yeah, Felix, our buddy who was in the vehicle with us, he got out and got a lot of content, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah,
But
while he was talking all that smack to you, of course.
of course.
You had a good
Peer-
angel and a bad angel right here. One
Peer
on
pressure.
either shoulder.
Yeah.
You had our other family member Ralphie saying, "No, you can do this, bro. You can do this." Mr. Positive.
Yeah,
and then-
it was nice having him there because I was literally taking direction from like 5 different spotters. Go this way, no, go. Oh, you gotta back up, do this, and then all of a sudden you just hear smack, boom, bam. Like I messed up my steering stabilizer, that was leaking all over
Oh,
the place.
yeah.
My
That's
rock
all
sliders were smashed into the body. My rear bumper was bent. The steel was almost
That's
touching
all
my
bad.
fenders. It was all worth it though. Yeah, I felt like I had to do that, So it was.
So here's $1 million question. Timing is about the same from last year's King of the Hammers. You just got another new vehicle. We're probably about 3 weeks out. No, 2.5, around there from King of the Hammers. Are you going to take your new vehicle on Chocolate Thunder and do it all over again for all of our followers?
That would be an absolutely no.
What do you mean?
Absolute no.
You have a
Because
TRD Pro.
that-
It's got great crawling capacity.
I understand that, but it is stock. It is low to the ground. I will never get off that trail if I take it up there. But your rolling toaster of a Jeep, that can make it up the trail.
I've been considering taking it.
Dude, you'll have no problem if you take the far left line. But, okay, anyways, that's not
Do
going to
we want to talk
happen.
about my Jeep? Because
No,
we can.
No,
absolutely
no,
not.
no.
No,
Let's-
we're not going to get
please,
into that
no.
can of worms.
But if you guys do end up going to King of the Hammers, definitely want to end up hanging out with us because last year we ended up on the racetrack racing with the trucks.
That was another great part.
We got
For the
yelled at,
record, I
yeah.
was keeping pace
No, you
with
were
him.
not.
I was keeping
Dude,
pace
he
with
was
him.
in like last place.
So yeah, Dan, who wants to tell that little part of the story of what
Gosh.
happened to us?
Don't let Danny
Well,
because he's gonna be like, I
okay.
was right behind him. He was right there. I
Dude,
was keeping up.
It's
No,
because
he
I pulled
wasn't.
over and I let him pass. If I would have kept trucking, I would have been.
We
I
were
would've been
getting
just
yelled
fine.
at to
We
get
would've-
out of the
we
way.
would've
and
won the
park
race.
that. No.
It's because it was our first year at King of the Hammers. We were on the dry lake bed, which is roughly about 15 minutes from actual Hammertown.
And we were
King of the
by
Hammers.
ourselves.
Yeah, so we took this off beaten path. We're like, okay, forget the road. We're gonna truck our way into King of the Hammers. Don't know where we're going, but we're gonna get there. ended up, and this is right when I got the 37-inch tires, and I remember going over the whoops, and every single whoop, crunch, because of the rear inner fenders. Literally got out, ripped the whole thing off of my Jeep, threw it in the back of the trunk, and then just kept trucking. All of a sudden, we're going, having a great old time. And all of a sudden, we just hear a ton of honking, like about 100 yards behind me. And I'm like, oh, wait.
Why are they honking at us?
Why are they coming up so fast? Oh, no, we're on the race course.
So rude, honking at us.
I know, right? We're just having
wait, you missed the whole part of, like, after the honking, there's a helicopter
that's right.
Just flying over us, like, that's cool. Yeah. Like, that's awesome. And then we move out of the way, right? So that this car can go by us because he's being so effing rude, honking at us. But then we get to the checkpoint and they're looking at us and throwing their arms up in the air like, what are you guys doing? And we're like, what's up? Remember that? And they're like, get out of the church. You guys are on the race trail. Get out. I felt
like a dork. I rolled down the window. Hey, you know where Hammertown's at?
They were like, no, but get out of here. You guys are on the race trail. No wonder there was helicopters above us and cars were honking behind us. Which, by the way, I didn't know those race vehicles had horns, but now it makes sense for dum-dums like us.
Oh, yeah. So compared to that was last year. Tons of memories. We'll always have those, and definitely we'll make a podcast talking more about that. But this year, because last year we were parts vendors. We had just started the Jeep Club, and, we had a nice little camp with our extended family. So what's different? What's different this year?
A lot. This year we've gone through so many changes with the brand. We acquired new business partners, which are amazing. They bring, they bring to, I know, one of them's around here somewhere, so I want him to hear good things coming out of my mouth. But, no, they just, they bring so much to the table and so many different aspects of the business that can now be covered that are, were hard for us. I mean, truth be told, you're limited, but now there's 2 more people plus the team that they brought on board, and that has now broadened our platform by a ton more, and is one of the reasons why we're being, allowed to, and we're able to do the podcast, and we're going to be able to do some filming, and we're planning some documentaries for the summer. I mean, that came out of left field, which again, I'm super grateful for. I'm super happy with
our team.
Yeah, I'm super grateful for that. But along with that, this year at King of the Hammers, because of some of those resources that we now have available to us, we have so many things that we can potentially do. Not only are we discussing bringing the podcast and bringing it out satellite and doing it out there, and hopefully being able to interview some of the guests that are going to be coming by to visit us at our camp. We're shooting to, we're having a big barbecue day on that Thursday.
Camp Syndicate.
February 6th.
Yep. We're going to be feeding. We're not going to say what we're going to feed you guys, because depending on the response, it could be like ribeye steaks, or it could be like half a hot dog, no bread.
Let's do the half a hot
You're going to eat something. It could just be chips and water. So, okay, so let's not say what we're going to feed anyone just yet, okay?
Couple bowls of air.
Hey.
Good old air.
Come
in, scoop it up, get some agua.
But yeah, so we're going to have that going on. I know we're going to have a couple of our trailers on display that we've been working on as far as the builds, which we're super excited about. And of course, watching all the races and just meeting up with all those whom we really appreciate and like out there in the off-road world. That's going to be what I'm most excited about. Just touching bases. A lot of these people you talk to over, through Instagram throughout the year, but everyone's so busy that's the one time that you get to see everyone and you get to, see them in person and do some wheeling with them and things like that. So
we'll have our Jeep Club and our Yodas out there too.
Oh yeah.
Camp Syndicate.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts? After that, then we have.
I'm just a big old stress ball because I got 2.5 weeks to build a trailer. So.
I know.
But it's
crunch time.
Yeah, it's going good. Just I'm not sure if we'll have all of the bells and whistles finished up by that time, but the frame's coming on, or the frame is built. It's just all the finish work is just what I'm stressing about right now. But again, it's gonna be show ready by the time King of the Hammers comes around.
Yeah, and keep in mind, I mean, what's that?
It'll be a cool thing to see.
Oh yeah,
how fast we can put these things together, and it's only going to progress.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, I mean, keep in mind also that you can't be too hard on ourselves, because we also have other builds in between. It's not just the overland trailers, but it's also the cargo trailers. Like, there's a lot of trailers out there that we've been getting requests for, because as everyone out there knows, everyone has toys, whether it's a side-by-side or a sand rail or motorcycles. And so the cool part about this is that we're also able to build those trailers, which we've been getting quite a few requests for. And so it's not just the overlanding trailers that we're putting our hands on, it's those as well. So yeah, it's exciting though. Any expansion of our brand is always, a good thing.
I feel like last year was so difficult, just building the brand, building the business, struggles, just like any small business owner, relationships, everything. And now I got so much better, but at the same time, now it's going to require so much more work.
That's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I love it.
We need more. Everyone always throws this term out. We need more hours in the day, and we need more energy in our bodies.
No, technically, no. You don't need more hours in the day. You need to utilize hours.
I mean, you are a dinosaur, so I mean that's probably why you're so tired.
Sleep 8 hours.
I don't even get 8 hours of sleep, buddy.
You work 8 hours. That's only 16 hours.
Who works 8 hours?
Come on, buddy.
Who works 8 hours?
We see you sneaking out. He walks out in the middle of the day and he's staring at the sky like he's doing something.
You young kids, you just don't have a clue, huh? You don't have a clue. But, either way, we're going to get it done. That's what matters. We're going to get it done, whatever it takes. Right? Hello? Anyone there?
Of course.
Yeah, buddy.
It's like
an
obvious question.
Hello?
Oh my goodness.
Sorry.
You guys are still asleep,
it's just
man.
being
you
here.
guys are still half asleep.
I mean,
see, that's what I mean. I'm awake, full of energy. Maybe
you had a big old cup of coffee.
Maybe because I'm a couple years older than you guys.
I need another cup of coffee to just deal with him on a Saturday morning. It's bad enough I have to see him almost every day of the week, and now it's another one.
Spoiled. You guys are so spoiled, I swear. But when I was your guys' age, let me tell you guys a little story of when I was your age.
You didn't even have a phone when you were our age. You didn't know what a TV was.
You were doing hieroglyphics on the wall, buddy.
No, you were using stones.
No.
Rubbing two sticks
when
together.
I was your guys' age, I had probably like 3 jobs. 3 jobs. I was paying for my own vehicle, my own insurance. I went to school. Don't let me get started, okay? You guys are too spoiled. You guys don't even know how to push a lawnmower. I mean,
do.
Seriously.
I used to mow the lawn at the house. What are you talking about?
Have you guys seen that meme that says, the new generations?
Okay, boomer.
The new generations.
My gosh.
More responsibilities.
There we go.
My buddies always say, my older friends are always giving me some crap about being a millennial. I'm like, do not ever put me in that category. That is not me.
When you say my older buddies, what age group? What do you consider older?
In their 30s.
Danny swears he has all these friends.
Danny, you have 2 friends, and they're sitting right here. This is it. This is the extent of your friends / anyone who wants to hang out with you.
And even then, I'm half.
And even then,
count me as a fool.
it feels like we're being forced because we don't have a choice because we work together.
Sophie, which is
my wife,
my mom, she pays me to hang out with you guys anyway. So that helps pay for my bills, just so you guys know. Much appreciated.
So, I don't know.
Tell her she's late.
On the next podcast or the next few, we'll get into the dynamic of the relationship here. For a lot of you that don't know the dynamic, it's pretty interesting what we have going on here, the relationships that we have going on. But that'll be on another podcast. On the meantime, we're disclosing the fact that Danny only has 2 friends. He acts like he has a lot, but he has 2, and they're sitting here. So
I don't know if you know this.
That's the bottom line. That's what's important about this conversation right now.
People know me. We'll just put it at that.
Yeah.
No,
okay,
really.
so yeah.
I can
anyways.
barely even read, so you know.
aside from that, what else is going on in life, guys? Aside from, I know you guys are thrilled to be here with me right now. You guys can't get enough of me, so I can't blame you. I mean, come on, seriously.
No, I'm just excited, to take care of King of the Hammers and then on to TDS, Tierra del Sol. That's gonna be
just
fun.
say TDS, buddy.
It's like safari.
Whatever.
What's the safari thing though? I don't know what the safari part of it is.
I don't know.
I've never been to
about it.
TDS, so I couldn't really say. I know our club goes every year.
Goes every year.
So I mean,
How about we do this? How about we don't try to explain what we don't know, but how about we invite them to be on one of our shows?
exactly, because I
And
mean,
let them explain.
Amy, the lady that I've been in communication with, is one of the chair members of TDS Safari.
That'd be cool to have them and let them explain the whole thing.
She is a firecracker because she tried to explain TDS in like a whopping 2 minutes, and I was just trying to keep up. So
She's got great energy. I love it.
yeah.
I love
So
that energy.
maybe we'll get her on and she can explain a little
That'd be
bit.
cool.
Yeah. I think that would be better because I don't want to sit here and sound like
Yeah,
a
they'd
moron or
probably be
something
mad
trying
at
to-
us if we
yeah.
tried to explain something that doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense.
Especially if we haven't even been there.
yes. But it's gonna be fun though because hopefully we'll get our vendors set up. We'll have our Camp Syndicate there and stuff. But not only that, but all the Overland Expos. I'm really excited for those coming up.
I'm
Overland in
excited for
Colorado.
those. I get to travel.
Yeah. I'm gonna be here building
Working.
trailers.
You guys get to handle the stress of the shop while I'm traveling. I'm working though. I'm working. Remember, I'm out there marketing and selling.
That's fine.
That's what
'cause
matters.
You're like the stress ball.
Yeah, you are
When you
everywhere
get the stress
you go.
ball out the house, you're good. House
Yeah.
is calm.
We're just gonna call you when you're on the road. Yeah, dude. Hey, don't come back. We're good.
We need you to go to Texas
The
next,
day that I
actually.
leave for the very first expo, this whole operation is gonna fall apart. Literally.
Oh my gosh.
I'm probably gonna come back a week later and our partners are gonna be gone. The house is gonna be empty. And it's anyways. But
No, when
we'll
you
figure
come
that
back,
out
we'll
as
probably
we-
have a severance check for you. Hey, buddy, it was great. Thank
Good
you
knowing
so
you.
much.
Thanks
Here's
for nothing.
Here's your $8.
Keep
You
the trailer.
contributed
Keep
so
the
much.
trailer.
Keep the trailer. That's your bonus. That's
Yeah.
your perk.
There you go. There's your 401k. Take it.
No. I think. Oh, I don't have my. Sorry, guys. I was gonna say Syndicate, but I don't have my sweatshirt on.
Yeah,
I lost that one.
you lost. I lost that one.
So
I think-
That's
just
probably
so,
mine.
I think Ralphie has mine of that one.
just
And
so
Ralphie
everyone
has
else-
mine of that one.
I want to set something straight here for everyone to know.
Oh boy.
The Syndicate name, the S in Syndicate is for Sergio,
No,
which
it's
is
not.
this guy. So now everyone knows. Okay.
Oh Lord.
I don't see a K in there. I don't see a D
there's
in there.
two D's in there
Oh, there is
actually.
two D's.
Can you read?
I don't want to say what one of the D's is for because we'll probably. I don't know if we can get bleeped out just yet. But
You're gonna have our other partner's gonna have a heart attack with you, buddy. You're gonna give him a heart attack.
Why is that? Oh, because that's the first. He emphasized and he kept looking at me, which made me very uncomfortable. He kept emphasizing on the cursing part of it, and I'm like, dude, I don't even curse that much. Like seriously, like back off, bro.
Mind you guys, when we were little, like literally like 6, 7, 8,
Oh boy, here
we didn't
we
even
go.
flinch when we heard a word.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Just think
boy.
about that. You hear
you-
kids and they're like, "Ooh, he said a bad word." We didn't even flinch. Like
Yeah.
I would just blink and keep doing whatever I
I'm
was
gonna
doing.
have to blame that
See,
one on
Christian,
your mom, though.
Christian
by the
was
way.
all, angel, when it was in front of the parents, but then he was at school cursing like a sailor.
Yeah, I know that. I know.
But I mean, in
You're
5th grade, that was me
old.
too. That was
You
me
didn't
too.
even go to school with me.
So keep in mind, this is coming from. I have 2 sons. Christian is one of them, and coming from the son that the very, he must have been like 5 years old, 4 years old. he tried to change a grade in his report card at that age already. Okay, so I mean, I didn't teach him that. His mom didn't teach him that. So
I tried to sign my mom's signature.
Oh, he tried to
with
sign his
pencil.
mom's signature on a bad note coming from school
with pencil.
And don't let me get
Genius.
started. That's just the beginning. But you're right. He was the angel.
And then I was just the
Dude, you were the
good-looking
nerd.
You were
son.
the ugly one.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
your
yeah.
brother is the good looking one. You
no.
are not the good looking one.
Dude,
You were like
seriously,
the awkward.
we're on
like,
camera.
nerdy
Don't make
crazy.
me don't make me do a hair
No,
flip, all
please
right?
don't.
Because this hair will come
No.
out of this bun and
Please.
do a hair flip, like Fabio, like the Old Spice commercials. You know, dude
No.
running on the beach.
You're
flip
like the
hair.
retired Thor in the Avengers.
Yeah, the retired Thor.
Yeah,
And, yeah, that's been out of the
dude
game.
with the huge
Yeah,
gut.
he's
Oh,
sitting
yeah,
there.
the
it's-
shades, the
yeah.
shades just sleeping.
Totally,
No.
totally had a rough life. Thor.
God, I wish I can. I'm trying to remember like a quote because sometimes I can get my voice pretty deep.
You're
No?
not Thor.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
Even Thor retired, he still looks better than you.
From,
But I'll tell you what, I can do a good Joe Dirt. It's Joe Dirt to you.
that right there.
Put
is
an E on the end so it makes it sound better.
Joe Dirty.
Oh man.
So yeah. So, but I want to clear something up for the record. I don't think the bad words that you were accustomed to hearing were from me. They were from your mom, by the way. So, and can you argue with that
I'm gonna
one?
stay quiet because I don't.
Can
want
you
to
argue
listen
with
to
that
this.
one?
Nope,
I
I'm
know.
not
She
saying
will hear this.
nothing.
I know she
Not
will
saying
hear
anything.
this, and I might
I
hear
love
it
you,
when
Mom.
I get home.
Not saying anything.
I love you, babe. So yeah, but anyways, now that that's been cleared, we can move on.
She doesn't love you.
So yeah, so
Anyways,
moving on from that, what were we discussing?
I am excited now that I'm a Toyota owner because for those that don't know, we have a Jeep club and we have a Toyota club.
Syndicate
Now-
Yodas, Syndicate Jeep Club.
Now I get to be a part of the Syndicate Yotas.
Mhm.
They don't even want you.
So does that mean
I'm
that?
grandfathered in. They have to take me.
Gosh, that's
They
how
don't
Danny
want
gets
you.
around everything.
I'm just
He
here.
pulls the grandfathered in thing, even with his friendships. Like
I'm like an enema,
when
I
we
just
tell
don't go
him-
away.
Like if
I'm
we're
just
having
there.
an event or something, or we're having something at the house, like a barbecue or something, and it's like, can I come over, guys? No. But
And I'm just there.
I'm grandfathered in. Like seriously,
Yeah.
dude, you're not grandfathered in.
Oh, like this?
No.
Oh, is there a camera?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
He comes over. He
Yeah.
wonders why we don't invite him, and because the first thing he does is come over and go straight to the fridge with a beer.
Yeah. It's like, dude, you're not grandfathered into the refrigerator, bro. Get away from the fridge. But yeah, anyways. So yeah, you're grandfathered in, so you're gonna hang out with the Yodas more. And that's pretty cool though, because they do some. You know what I love about them is the Jeep Club. They focus a lot on rock crawling, and I mean that's all we do with the Jeep Club is all the trails, rock crawling, and just crawling. The Yodas, they mainly focus on overlanding, traveling, and overnighters, and that's super cool too.
They're
though.
doing
That's,
a trip to Nashville, Tennessee, in June.
What happened to
something
Baja?
like that.
I think he
Did
said
Baja
June.
happen already? They're
Baja
gonna go to Baja.
No, they
is like-
talked about it, but I don't think that ever came through, which I'm going to do.
I
with
think we
or
wanted to
without.
go do Baja for sure this year.
Yeah, I like it
I
too
want to do
because
Baja. Yeah,
go
go ahead.
I liked it too because like I was all for the rock crawling and the bashing and the beating up of the rigs and all that, but and I told myself in a few years when all the chaos kind of settles, I'm gonna get another Jeep so I can do the same exact thing, beat the heck out of it. But I am kind of excited because I have 2 twin boys. I got a lady at home, so it's going to be nice to be able to overland and camp and kind of get into that world as well.
See, Danny, you never know with him. He gets a Jeep and he's like, I don't want a Yoda. I want a Jeep. I want a rock crawl. Then he gets a Yoda and he's like, I love my Yoda. I want to just go camping and everything. Like, okay, then
I
he's going to
gotta
get a
change
Prius.
the
and then he's going to
dynamic,
be like,
you
we have
know?
to save the environment
Okay,
because it's
to
a
be
great
fair,
thing. Like,
to
yes,
be fair,
mind you, saving the environment is great, but Danny just doesn't
We
know
love
what he
saving the
wants.
environment.
my
I love
okay,
Danny doesn't
hang
know what he
on, hang
wants.
on, man. To be fair, my lady, all right, who is kind of like a diva, just a little bit, not really, yeah, kind of.
You're in
but
trouble. You're in
her
trouble.
You're in
sitting,
so much
You're
trouble.
already in trouble.
oh
You're dead,
boy,
dude.
oh
I'll
boy.
start planning your funeral.
You can't hide this part.
But her sitting in a Jeep
Can I keep your truck?
while we crawl 2-3 miles an hour for 12 hours to go a mile.
Yeah, nobody likes that.
There's a problem. She does not like that, and neither does the boys. They like to get out and jump and explore, but my woman's like, we literally went a mile, and it took us 8 hours to get there. So I think the camping and exploring and the sightseeing, she'll like that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Same for the kids,
Yeah, my wife, adding to that, because you're right, my wife enjoys the outdoors a little bit.
With drinks involved.
No, she drinks a lot of water. Yeah, she likes to stay hydrated. She enjoys the outdoor, but she doesn't enjoy the crawling either. But but my wife is not a diva like you just said your girl is, and in any way, shape, or form, my wife is pretty much perfect.
I'll give you.
By the way, my wife, everything about her is perfect.
Hey, but you got some brown stuff.
She just doesn't enjoy the crawling, but she's totally down. She's probably just as excited, if not more, knowing that we're now we've acquired and we're building overland trailers now, because now we can do not just mountains, but we can do desert and we can do ocean. We've been wanting, there's that whole talk about Pismo Beach closing. So that's still up in the air. I know they're like going through the motions of that, but we want to go hit that hopefully. And hopefully it doesn't close, by the way. But if it does, we want to hit it before it does. But then there's also some beautiful areas going up north that, we would love to hit in the overland trailers. So that's what she's excited about. And a lot of wineries.
I love living in oh yeah, of course. Women and their wine, they need it to function, But what I love about California is there's so many different ecosystems in one state,
Oh yeah.
Like here compared to Northern California, if you guys have ever been, it's just gorgeous. And it's just a totally different environment.
It's so green up there.
Yeah. I mean, me and my buddy, we went on a 5-day vacation.
What
and
buddy?
From here.
You don't have.
It was that one friend I had
Here
that
he
one
goes
time.
again.
That one time.
At band camp?
No, but we went up to probably Central California. It's considered to Yosemite National Park. Stayed there for a day or two. Did some hiking. That's when I was big into rock crawling. Not rock crawling, rock climbing.
What's that movie you guys were
Brokeback
making?
Mountain. Have you ever watched that, Danny?
Is that you Brokeback Mountain?
Sounds
that
familiar.
Wow.
Is that
Your
wow.
little trip sounds familiar. Not saying that. How was that trip with your buddy, Danny?
Buddy, do we need to talk about all the
man.
trips that you and my dad went on?
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah.
Okay, I will disclose this about your dad, and okay, so now that we're getting into that, Danny's dad, and this is the other part of this relationship.
Wait. What happened? What happened to them?
No, you got to talk about Big Spoon, Little Spoon.
We'll go do that.
But
on the next episode.
Danny's dad. I'm just gonna touch on this real quick, just because I don't want people to be lost. Danny's dad is my all-time best friend / brother, who we were business partners for
12, 13 years?
12, 13 years. But prior to that, we moved into this, how I got to know Danny here and his family.
Your only friend. Continue.
Is that we but we had our homes built in the same cul-de-sac at the same time. And so we became neighbors, and then we pretty much became family after that. So I've known, how old were you when we first met?
I was like
you and
10
your brother
or
and your
11
family?
or something like that.
Yeah.
I think I was
It doesn't
just
matter how
going
old
into
you are.
middle
You get
school.
bad.
Yeah.
You were bad. You and your brother
What?
were terrorists.
You guys are bad.
As
man.
my mother would say, we were angels.
Of course your mother would say that.
You were bad influences too.
Gosh, yeah. So back to the story. So your dad and we would do what we called a guy trip every year. And our
buddy.
guy trip, and we
trip.
did it for many years, and it was just all the guys, no women allowed, and we would do our guy trip. Most of the time, it was somewhere to go, camping, or we did river rafting. We would go do deep sea fishing out of Mexico. I mean,
you guys do
we
Cabo
went to
too, right?
We went to Cabo. I mean, anything that we would just do it, and it was the one trip that, of course, all the guys look forward to because it's a guy trip. I mean, everything goes. We can talk smack to each other. We could do stupid stuff like try to walk on fire, literally at the fire pits, and not get in trouble by our wives because we're burning our feet, and then things like that. But your dad and I somehow always managed. Somehow, maybe because we were such good friends, we always ended up
bunking.
No, I don't
bunking up.
bunking. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
you were
sleeping
bunking.
together.
Yeah. Oh
but
yeah. You could say that too.
You notice I caught myself. Not sleeping together, but we bunked together.
And what
And
did
your
my
dad
dad always
had
used to
this
do, buddy?
2 horrible things your dad always used to do. Your dad would, number one, bring his body pillow, which he hadn't washed in 30 years. And he could not sleep without his body pillow. Okay?
And
that
the
was the
worst
first thing.
part-
And that body pillow stunk. The second thing he would do is your dad slept butt naked. Okay? Okay, so even though he, you know, of course, again, we weren't sleeping together, we were bunking together. So even though he had his own bed and I had my own bed, or, you know, if we were in a tent,
You'd
the tent was
somehow
pretty big.
always end up next to each other.
And your dad was a big dude. So he was like 6'1". I'm not a big dude. So, of course, he would always like, I'm the big spoon, you're the little spoon. You know, that whole joke that I don't appreciate, you know, and I don't think is funny at all. I don't know why everyone thinks it's funny. I don't think it's funny. But anyways,
It's because you're a bald miniature Mr. Clean, man.
so I always somehow happened to be the little spoon, but he was always what he called the big spoon. And he would laugh. He would get a kick out of like thinking it was really funny that saying that he was butt naked and that he was gonna spoon me and that I mean there was times where I would literally just sleep outside of the tent in the cold because I didn't want to have the nightmares of knowing that your dad could potentially, just to make me angry or something, like try to creep into my sleeping bag or something. Like,
I can just picture you like all bundled up, you know, sleeping nice and sound, and all of a sudden you just got a leg fly over you.
Oh my God.
And then just pull you close.
And of course, he and every other guy, you know, that was with us, all of our other friends would get the biggest laugh out of stuff like that. But that's what made it fun. And that's what makes the guy trip so much fun is that, you know, we can just do silly things. Whatever our wives say, you guys never grow up. And it's true. We'll never grow up.
I don't think guys hit maturity until 50 or something.
But no,
so you're
no.
almost,
You're not
Even
even
when we
there
hit
yet.
maturity, I mean, I'm not. Come on, really?
no, like you.
I'm not
No,
mature.
like you actually fully mature at a certain age. Like women, it's like 20 something, so they mature like that.
Mhm.
99% of the time that we're out doing something like off-roading or camping or anything, who's the one that's always getting in trouble?
You.
Oh man.
And I'm the old guy. I'm the mature one. And I swear, you guys are annoying. You guys are like, the most annoying kids.
No,
You guys don't let me do
no,
anything, and
because you're
it
too
really
much.
annoys
You're
me.
too
Like,
much.
Yeah, you are.
You're too much.
But okay, we're getting way off track here. What I was talking about my trip.
oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Went up to
It's not all about
Central
you,
California.
It's not all about you.
It's all
Danny.
about me.
No, it's
Anyways, Central California to Yosemite. Got to do some hiking, check out some waterfalls. Saw a bear, like 30 feet away from a bear.
30 feet.
Yes, because I'm a
Probably like-
smart, intelligent man.
It's probably
I'm not
like
going to
2
go up and
football
start.
fields away.
This is not Russia. I'm not going to go up and fight a bear. Okay? Period. Anyway, so we're on this big walking trail, and there's probably like 30, 40 people there. And to the right is this big fallen tree. Right on the other side of that is probably like 200-300-pound black bear. Just hanging out. I don't know what he was doing. Me and my buddy, we go off trail around it, and then this small group of people walk towards the bear, literally right on the other side of the fallen tree, and they're taking videos and pictures of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is not smart. I'm just gonna go this way, you know?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was kind of cool. So we ended up going to see General Sherman. If you don't know what that is, it's like the biggest tree in Yosemite National Park. Super cool. After that, we ended up traveling more north, about 4.5 hours, to a small town called Santa Cruz, which is just gorgeous. Got to hang out on the
Cruz
beach.
is beautiful.
Yeah. And we actually, 15 minutes up the road, we had an Airbnb in the Redwood National Forest. And it was so cool because literally you'd walk outside and you got 300-foot trees right at your doorstep with a river running through it. So we stayed there for the day. Did some rock climbing in Santa Cruz itself, and then we ended up going hiking through the Redwood National Forest and all this cool stuff, and we did it in a matter of a couple days. So it was cool because when we end up doing the documentary, we're going to get to see and do all of those things, starting from, I think we're going to start in Santa Barbara or something like that.
Right before, Santa Barbara actually is where we're gonna start where the trip starts.
So it's just so cool because like that's California in a whole, but at the same time where we are at specifically, it's great because we're in the Inland Empire, San Bernardino, California, and we are literally an hour away from so many different places. An hour away from the mountains,
Well,
the
you know what's
beaches,
even-
the desert, you know.
What's more exciting is that number one, we don't have to worry about making reservations anywhere or Airbnbs or anything like that.
That's true.
So that's going to save us not only time and money, but also the fact that if we're cruising down the highway, which if anyone that hasn't done it, you've got to do it. Take PCH, Pacific Coast Highway, up all the way up north as far as you can go. It's probably the most scenic, most beautiful drive you will ever make.
But make sure that you got time because it is a very windy, long road.
It is. You definitely need days to do it and to fully enjoy it. But as you're doing it, you're going through beautiful areas such as Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, Monterey Bay.
Monterey Bay has money.
A lot of money.
Money.
Well, they hold big events. Their golf course, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, Pebble
Yep,
Beach.
Pebble Beach.
Amazing. Oh, yeah.
But we'll be able to, because we'll have our trailers there. We'll
Wait,
be
what
able
are
to
you doing?
stop. We'll be able
What
to
are you
stop.
doing?
Something
God,
caught my
Serge,
attention.
You're
on this
special.
side,
Yeah, you saw a fly.
We'll be able to stop anywhere we want and pick and choose. You know, do we want to stay here overnight? Do we want to, camp? Do we want to hit the forest? Because there's a combination of ocean campsites and forest campsites. So
That's what my
gonna
girl's
be
most
awesome.
excited
Yeah.
about because after sleeping in a tent at Lone Pine, she
Oh my
did
God.
not want to go camping anymore. It was
Mhm.
20 degrees, sleeping in a tent, air mattress, air was cold, truck was cold.
A lot more adventures soon to come this year. So
Oh, yeah.
yep. So let's wrap it up. So thanks again for listening to us on
Our first podcast.
Syndicate Offroad Podcast. Check us out on offroad-world.tv or check us out on our website, www.overlandtrailersusa.com, so you can kind of see what we've been up to. And I think next time we hop on here, we should actually go back, stroll down memory lane, and talk about why we are here, why we started what we started, and kind of how far we've come.
Most definitely.
Awesome.
I'll get to complain about you guys a lot. So
No.
There we go.
Anyways, take
Thanks,
it easy,
guys.
everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.